In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there stood a tall, old tree at the edge of the forest. Its trunk was sturdy, its branches wide and sprawling, and its leaves whispered in the gentle breeze. For many years, this tree had watched over the path that meandered through the woodlands, offering shade to weary travelers on hot summer days, and providing shelter to countless birds who built their nests among its branches. One morning, as the sun began to warm the earth and golden light filtered through the leaves, a carpenter arrived with his axe slung over his shoulder. He had been searching for strong wood to build a sturdy roof for his home, and the old tree, with its thick trunk and broad limbs, seemed the perfect choice. The carpenter walked around the tree, examining its bark and measuring its height. He raised his axe, ready to begin his work. But just as he was about to strike, a gentle voice seemed to float on the wind. "Please don't cut me," the tree pleaded softly. "Birds nest in my branches, and travelers rest in my shade. My roots hold the soil together, and my leaves dance in the wind, bringing joy to all who pass by." The carpenter paused, his arms still. He looked up into the tree's leafy canopy and noticed for the first time the flurry of life bustling within. Tiny birds hopped from branch to branch, singing sweet songs and feeding their chicks. The broad leaves rustled, providing cool relief from the midday sun. At the base of the tree, soft moss and wildflowers grew, creating a gentle resting place for animals and people alike. He remembered the times he himself had sat beneath the tree, enjoying the peace and quiet, grateful for the shelter it provided during sudden summer storms. The carpenter's heart softened as he realized just how much life depended on this single, steadfast tree. He lowered his axe and stepped back, considering what to do. The sound of chirping birds and the memory of cool shade reminded him that this tree was more than just wood. It was a home, a sanctuary, and a silent friend to so many creatures, humans included. Instead of cutting down the old tree, the carpenter decided to search for another source of wood. Not far away, he found a tree that had already fallen during a storm. Its wood was still strong and useful, and by choosing it, he caused no harm to the living tree or the creatures who called it home. The carpenter gathered what he needed and returned to the village with a lighter heart. He shared his story with others, and soon everyone began to see the trees not just as resources, but as vital parts of their world, homes for wildlife, protectors of the soil, and quiet companions on life's journey. Through the carpenter's kindness, the village learned an important lesson. When we show compassion and consider the needs of others, whether they have 2 legs, 4 legs, or wings, we often find that kindness returns to us in unexpected ways. The old tree flourished for many more years, its branches growing even wider, its roots sinking deeper into the earth. Travelers continued to rest in its shade, and birds sang from its branches, filling the air with music and joy. And so the old tree and the carpenter became symbols of kindness and respect for all living things, reminding everyone that a simple act of compassion can change the world for the better. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this L&E channel for more fun and inspiring videos.